you don't love me by now, no, you will never love me. If you don't love me by now, no, you will never love me. If you don't love me by now, no, you will never love me. No, you will never love me. No, you will never. Calling me wifey, calling me baby. Say you don't love me, but you really like me. Boy, I'm not for nice, so don't try to blame me. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. What's up, guys? My name is Chisomo, and welcome back to another episode of Trippin' on Love. So today, I'm here with Del P from Man Cave. He is officially my first ever guest on the show. So, hi.
Yeah, what's going on? Don't be acting like we don't talk all the time. Nah, appreciate it. Then I didn't know I was the first guest. So see, we got to make sure this is going to be an awesome episode.
So I feel like women and men are different in how they approach potential people who they want to date. So I think a girl will see a guy, and even if he's not perfect, we will still say, okay, he has potential, and we'll work with him on certain things to get him to where we think he can be. But I feel like men, they see a girl and take her for who she is and not potentially what she could be. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's vice versa, man. I think we all do it, honestly, just the way you are in life. Because, like, I done been with women, it's like, all right, she'll eventually get it together. She'll chill out with her mouth, or she'll chill out with her attitude, or being a brat. Like, you have different things. Like, I think the problem is it's not, men don't talk about it enough. So it's only viewed as a woman. 95% of the things we talk about in life is from a woman's perspective because men don't talk that much.
That's true.
So when you think about it, like men, I mean, it's the same. We love women for who they are. And there's a lot of times it's hard to change a woman. A woman to change dudes before she changed.
That's true. Most of the time, we try to change him instead of looking at what it is about us that we can do better.
Yep. And even when a man brings it to the first stage, it's still presented in a different way. So it gets difficult at times.
How long will you try? Be there, ride or die, or stick around until,
I stick around as long as I can, man. In all honesty, it's just one of them things. Like I'll fight with you to the end, but then it's just sometimes, man, you can fight with a person and a person know they wrong, and they'll willingly not change. And it's like it's fucked up because somebody can really love you for who you are, and they ask you to change this one thing, and it's like I ain't doing that shit. And it's like, damn, one thing, and this one thing is detrimental to the relationship. A lot of times when a man asks for something, it's because he sees that he can't deal with that shit for the rest of his life. And it's like, yo, I'm cool with this, but like, come on, man. A man that asks a woman to stop something multiple times, it ain't gonna happen. Not all the time.
No, it's definitely not. We ask men to change a lot, but when a guy asks us to change something, we deem it as controlling or he's telling me what to do.
Compares it to what you done. Tries to find a way out of accountability.
Someone posted on, who was it? Was it the Cool Out Corner? They posted on their story, why are you single?
I don't know.
And
I think it was them. I'm not for sure.
My response was, I've dealt with people and I've allowed them to do certain things to me, and I have to learn how to self-reflect. But basically, I took self-accountability as to why I'm single. A lot of girls would say, oh, niggas ain't shit and this and that. But sometimes we have to really self-reflect and be like, okay, what part did I play in this?
That's true. That goes both ways. I tell people all the time, man, after every situation or relationship I'll be in, I'll go back and like, I'll even go through our text messages and go back and read them and be like, damn, I kind of was wrong on this one. How did I miss that? I'll do that, but everyone doesn't do that. But a lot of times it's me trying to figure out, I mean, I'm not perfect. I want to be the best version of myself. And it's real important for me to find somebody that's going to give me the best version of me, not make me feel like I'm backtracking. I'm reverting back to some shit that I don't want to do.
Like this current situation that I'm going through now, it's a situation like how much you're willing to take. Like a lot of people feel like because you keep being this person's ride or die or go to, and you keep sticking it out with them, they're gonna love you more. No, they're just gonna lose respect for you along the way because they're gonna be like,
Are you gonna love them to the point you hate them? You're gonna love them to the point you hate them.
And exactly. And a lot of the times we don't even realize, like sometimes we're in relationships that we could have just said, okay, this isn't working out and let's just cut ties right now. But we wait till it gets to the point where you guys hate each other before you step back.
But I'm cool with that because the problem is you can have a soft spot for somebody and they'll come back. And then you all find yourselves dating and messing around on and off, on and off. So my biggest thing is if I'm done with you, I'd rather burn the bridge with you because I don't want to fall back into that. And that's why I say if I'm going to give you my all, then I'm going to ride it till that's it.
You know, I never looked at it like that. But yeah, that makes sense. That actually really makes a lot of sense.
Tell me, think about it. You can sit there and be like, all right, this just not working. Y'all might go a month or 2, 3 months without talking, and y'all right back at it. So me, I be trying to like dead that shit as much as I can, even refrain myself, no matter how sweet somebody is or how loving somebody is. Sometimes like too much is just too much, man.
Have you ever had to like make yourself fall out of love with someone?
Absolutely.
That is the worst.
It is. And the messed up part about making myself do it is I told myself I should have been did it. And then it's like I was removed from the situation. She was fucking my life up. Like she would make it seem like we were still talking. And I would like go through situations. I'm like telling people like, yo, I'm really not fucking with her like that. And it's hard for people to believe that when I tell them. It's like maybe 4 or 5 women I've dealt with where I would be in a relationship or a situationship with someone else, and the person that I'm dealing with doesn't believe that situation is dead because they don't believe that person's gonna act like that for no reason. And I'm like, man, you'd be amazed. I have an amazing life. I definitely write a book.
Yo, people will do some things in this life. It will just make you think, wow. And it's crazy because, like, I'm a genuinely good person. And I've been around some people that just make you just want to be heartless and cold.
Man, what? I think my biggest problem when it comes to this love thing is when the relationship's over, a motherfucker play with my character.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
don't, like, just because you feel this way or you moved on, like, I literally got into it with a chick. I don't want to say got to it. She was making my life a living hell for like a year and a half. And then once she finally stopped caring about me and found a guy, they engaged. They were engaged like a year later. And I'm sitting back looking at all the shit she fucked up. And I was like, damn, if only the person I was dealing with would have believed me at the time, we probably would have still been together. But it is what it is. I'll never let somebody deter what I got going on. Nobody I can be with can make me trip on somebody else. Like, if I'm with a partner and she got a problem with it, I might holler at her about it or holler at the individual she got a problem with, but I'm not gonna change on that person. You know what I mean? Like I'm still gonna be me.
Right. I'm the type of person, once we break up, like that's it. Like I'm moving on and I'm gonna try to forget about you. Like I'm not that type of person, oh, he's this, he's that. Like, no. My friend, she literally terrorized her ex for months after they broke up. And I'm like, why are you doing this? And she's like, it's just fun. I was like, this is terrible. She'd have that man meet her at like a bus stop that she wasn't even at. And he'd waste his gas. Listen, females are crazy, but the men are crazy too.
Yeah. Like I said, everybody has they way, man, but I don't know, man. I try to deter from all that. Like getting crazy. Even I like one of my biggest things I've been trying to do is watch how I handle women. Cause it's like a woman can get the best of you sometimes. And I don't really like cussing people out. I don't. Because I know words stick, but it's like sometimes it's like you can sit and tell a motherfucker like I really don't want to talk to you about that. Like I don't want to dog you out. And sometimes when you tell women that, they don't even understand that because you're so used to arguing. So when a guy like me come to you and like, yo, I'm not with all that. I don't want to do that no more. Let's just talk about it. Or if you feel like you want to get mad, I'm gonna let you rock out. I'm not gonna go there with you. I just know my words cut. Like my words cut. Like I'm already cutthroat as an individual. So imagine if my emotions attached to it.
Yeah, that's
I'll fuck you up.
that's terrible. Like, it's awful. So on my show, I talk about like personal experiences. The purpose of my show is like just to talk about like my journey. So something that I'm currently learning is when I'm like in love with someone, they affect my mental heavily. Like if I am vulnerable to you, like you can really mess me up emotionally. And I'm trying to learn how to overcome that. And it's so hard because women, we have a wall up. And when you lower that wall for someone and they just step in your neck, it's like, yo,
I mean, it blurs you, man. It blurs everyone. You just gotta, man. You fall in love with the potential of a person, and then you fall in love with that person. So it's like a double edged sword. So when sometimes you're not blinded by it, you just feel like it'll go away. Love will make you think things will go away, and it won't.
big facts. It's the same thing at the beginning. It's like at the end of the relationship, you sit down and you think, and it all
You,
starts to come back to you.
yeah, but you knew. And
Yeah.
that's what I tell myself when I get frustrated with somebody I'm dealing with. I be like, man, you know what this is. So now, like that, I'm like that now. It's hard for somebody to piss me off because I'll laugh at it. It's like you gonna talk all this shit, you're not going nowhere. So I'm not indulging in this. And I'll say it. You ain't going nowhere. So what do I have to argue with you for? You just think I won't leave. No, it's not that. You just talking shit right now, and I don't really care to entertain it.
And what if she does leave?
Oh well, I'm just on for that shit now, man. I'm not about to play that fucking back and forth game. Either you in or you out.
I spoke about that in my last episode. Um, how we should forgive ourselves when we let
Absolutely.
ourselves stay in certain situations because we knew. And I feel like it's hard to just face that. Like sometimes we deflect because we just don't want to face the raw truth that we did know and we chose to stay. And I
Right.
think we should learn to take accountability and just forgive ourselves first because nobody was holding a
Nope.
gun to our heads and say you have to
Not,
stay.
uh,
That's why when women, and myself included, we're like, oh, if you don't love me and you really don't want this, like you should leave. No, we should leave. Like I should pick up and leave. Why am I telling them to leave? I should go.
that's life, though. You gotta live and learn, man. That's why I don't give up on love. As much as I can't stand love, I don't give up on it.
I can't stand it either.
Because it's one of them things like it's hard to gauge what a person is emotionally, man. And it's like you latch on to somebody because you got chemistry, everything cool. And then as the relationship gets deeper, you find out more. And some people be getting in these situations traumatized, and it makes it that much more difficult if you, as an individual, aren't traumatized, but your partner is. And you love your partner so much, you want to watch them fight through it, but they'll fuck you up before they make the relationship right.
That's true. I don't know if I'll let anybody screw me up again. Like, I feel like
Leave it open. Fuck it. I'm serious because it's like you don't want to miss out. And I think like I got in that phase after my last situation or whatever. It's like, damn, fuck it. I don't want no parts, you know? So now I'm like, whatever comes with it. But I think the issue now is I be letting women lead the way and that bothers some of them. Because you can't now, it's like, well, I don't know what you're thinking. No, we're gonna go. If you tell me I don't want to be in a relationship, I'm not gonna pursue you. I'm gonna fuck with you. But my intentions, like my moves and shit, is not gonna be with the intent of being together. And I shouldn't get judged off of that if you initially told me that's not what you want. And then people use that against you. Well, you fucking with me, you spending time with me, we spend a night together. Again, I'm doing all this because I can do it, but I'm not going full fledged with whatever I need to because you said you didn't want a relationship. That's not my fault. Know what the fuck you want.
no, they want you to you know, fight and exert all this energy and say, I want you and you know, prove yourself to them. And if she still doesn't want a relationship, she's gonna be like, I told you I didn't want to
Yep,
be with you.
exactly.
Oh my goodness. So you said you let women lead the way?
Yeah, most of the when it comes to certain things, like the dynamics of the relationship, I'd rather you lead so I know what you want. And if you get and if I'm following your lead and you're inconsistent, I'm cool with it because now I know for a fact you don't know what you want.
And where do you go from there?
That's when I take control. And I'll let you know, hey, this is what you show me. Now, you can't be talking about, oh, I don't want. It's almost like the woman that says she don't want sex, but then she pursues it, so she's always talking about it. It's like, if you don't want that, why are we in this area? Like one of
Right.
my, I took sex out of a relationship with anybody. So now it's that much harder for you to deal with a person like me because sex don't mean shit to me. It's amazing to have. It's even better when I'm in tune with you mentally, emotionally. But if I take that away from you and it's like, yo, I don't really care if we have sex now. Let's do something else. Cause you want the sex to be better. Fucking is fucking, bro. Like, okay, and like you gotta come harder than that for me. That's just real shit. You not gonna move me with sex. I don't give a damn how wet you are. It ain't gonna do shit for me unless I'm emotionally attached. And then that just means I'm gonna enjoy doing it with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'll do it with you that much more because I enjoy it. But sex is sex, bro. I'm not gonna pursue it 90% of the time. It's almost like I want to know where you at in life because I don't got time.
That makes sense. I'm pretty young and I hear people's stories all the time.
Mm.
And sometimes you just listen and it might go through one ear and throughout the other. I have some friends who used to tell me stuff all the time and it didn't make sense until I experienced something. Then I'm like, damn, they were right. It's like a kid. You tell a kid, yo, don't touch the stove, don't touch the stove, don't touch the stove. But until he touched that hot stove and realized it burns, 9 out of 10, he's still going to try to touch the stove. So I've learned quite a lot in relationships. And I know I'm only saying this now, but I'm over love.
You're gonna go through that phase for a while. So you just in the beginning.
I'm not over self love. No, it's not self love.
Never that.
Never that. That's what I'm working towards. We need to really learn to love ourselves before we pursue relationships. We need to be in tune in relationship, especially from my experiences. If I wasn't like a headstrong person who knew who I was and knows the qualities that I have and sure in myself, the people that I've been encountered with, friends, relationship will convince me otherwise. But I'm positive of who I am and what I bring into other people's lives once I enter it. I'm truly a good person. Perspective is a whole thing. Everybody views things from a different perspective.
Absolutely. But you gotta learn to respect that perspective too.
Right. That was my problem. I pushed a lot of my friends away with that. I never seen how they viewed me. Like, how could you see me as that? That's not what I meant. But it's like, what did I do to make you feel like that's what I meant? You know what I'm saying? But sometimes we don't listen to people. So we really have to take a step back and self reflect. And I've been working on that this past year and a half now.
Yeah, but you gotta continue the path and make sure you don't overlove yourself to the point where can't nobody else love you.
No, I'm not going to overlove myself. I just always put myself on the back burner. So I'm learning to like put myself first more instead of messing with my peace of mind to please others.
That's the most important part right there.
Because people will drive you crazy, relationships will drive you crazy. But there's good things in companionship. I couldn't see myself being alone for the rest of my life. How do you feel about that when people say, oh my God, nothing wrong with being single? I don't think there's anything wrong with being single, but I do think people shouldn't just try to be single. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being with someone.
They single, man. And half the time they ain't single. I tell people all the time, somebody fucking somebody.
Yo, I agree. Like, those people that's like, oh, I haven't had a boyfriend in 3 years.
Relationship the whole time.
Girls, women, we're very deceiving. I think we're way more deceiving than men. We just know how to we're just slick with it.
Y'all not, and that's the thing. I'm so tired of women saying that. Y'all not slick with it. The niggas just don't care. That is real shit. Like, I can tell you now, like, I can be talking to somebody, and I know one thing about me, I've dated enough and been through enough shit. I know when somebody fucking with somebody else. I know when somebody I'm fucking with is fucking with somebody else. My problem is just be 100 with it so we can play two players. Don't just have me chilling and you just wilding out. Nah, fuck that. Let's do it together and just be adults about it. You do you, I do me, and then when we're around each other, cut the shit out. But don't nobody want to do that shit. People selfish.
That's true. I hate that. I think people should be honest. I don't think anyone should just toy with someone's emotions and mental state of mind. Like, it is not okay. If you're not truly for that person or you want to live a certain lifestyle, you should let them know and give them the option to choose. Like married men, there are girls that do not care. Like if you're married, they don't care. They will still, like, married men feel like they can't get no cuckoo from females if they tell them that they're married. No, just
Man can get more vagina than single men.
exactly. Just be upfront and say this is what it is and this is what it ain't. Don't lead a girl on and have her catch feelings for you. And then when she catch feelings and you trying to go back to your wife now your whole life is chaos.
That's a whole nother another conversation, man.
So yeah, just keep it 100. I think you should take someone for who they are. And if that person isn't for you, don't try to make them for you, because we just have way too much expectations going into relationships. And once that person doesn't meet those expectations, we get disappointed.
Well, the key thing is love them for who they are, but mold them into the person that you want to love them to love you.
But what if they don't want to be molded?
Then you in a relationship, you're gonna always be molded. That's the thing. That is the key to this. When you call yourself being in love, you're never gonna be who you said you can't even be the version of you who you were when you wasn't in a relationship. That's people's problem. When you change, your better change, you gotta change.
You put me on a lot of things, Del. That's interesting. I'm gonna think about that.
When people say you created that monster, you gotta understand that. That's why some men let their women act out, because it's like, I already know how she is. I don't worry about this. Because most of the time, they probably gonna deal with it when they get to the house or in the car.
Right.
You know what I mean? So love a person for who they are, but mold them into the person that they need to be.
What you just said was kind of a trigger to me. They're probably gonna deal with it at home or in the car.
Yeah, it's a fact. Like, I ain't gonna embarrass you, but I'm gonna try not to.
Well, thank you so much.
Always.
We got to do this again, and tell everybody about your show and where they can find you.
Oh, yeah, you definitely can find me at mancave.delp on Instagram. I do not come back until like September 14th to go back to recording Man Cave. Just getting back in the groove, and I want to touch bases with a lot of the new podcasts that came out and definitely bring everybody that I came in contact with on this tour into the Man Cave. And you'll see where we, getting in tune with a lot of the things and changing the perspective on a lot of misunderstandings. I don't want to say nobody don't know. I just think it's misunderstood because the wordplay is wrong. We gonna get into it. I got less than 30 days left before, men got to start being accountable along with women.
Everybody got to be accountable. We just all need to learn to take accountability. We just push the blame off on everybody. I love you, man. I love your podcast, and thank you for being here.
Always, man. We locked in forever now.
Locked in forever.